Now, Nigeria's poultry sector is currently grappling with a profound crisis that poses a serious threat to its sustainability and growth. Now, this issue is primarily attributed to soaring production expenses, which have reached unprecedented levels. The most significant factor driving these costs is the steep rise in the prices of feed and raw materials essential for poultry farming. A critical aspect of this crisis is the heavy reliance on imported feed components, which has worsened the financial strain on local poultry farmers. Now, the dependence on imports not only increases costs, but also exposes the industry to price volatility in the global market. Fluctuations in the prices of key ingredients can lead to unpredictable expenses, making it challenging for farmers to maintain profitability and plan for the future. Now, the chairman of the Southwest Poultry Farmers Association has issued a stark warning regarding the potential consequences of these ongoing challenges. He cautioned that if the current issues remain unaddressed, the poultry industry could face a catastrophic collapse. On the show today, we will keep our eye on food security, specifically on poultry farming, including the issues and opportunities. Welcome to Business Insights on Plus TV Africa. I am Justin Akadonye. Welcome back. The Nigerian poultry sector is at a critical juncture, facing a confluence of challenges that threaten its very existence. The combination of soaring production costs, reliance on imported feed, price volatility, and burdensome taxation creates a precarious situation for farmers. Without timely intervention and effective policy changes, the industry risks not only a collapse, but also a significant disruption in the supply of poultry products, which could have far-reaching implications for food security and the economy as a whole. Joining me now is the National Publicity Secretary of the Poultry Association of Nigeria, PAN, Pastor Godwin Igbebe, as we delve more into this issue. Many thanks for joining us on Business Insights.
Thank you, Mr. Justin. Good morning. Good morning, Nigerians.
Good morning to you. So let's talk about poultry. First of all, I know in our pre-chat before we came on air, I was just telling you about how we had to pay as much as between 25,000 to 35,000 naira for a bird during the Yuletide season. What is going on in the sector?
Well, you just hit the nail on the head. The cost of raw materials is one of the major problems that is facing the poultry industry. And when you talked about buying one chicken for 25,000 naira, and you look at the minimum wage, if somebody wants to buy 2 chicken out of his minimum or a minimum wage, you see that the person will be left with maybe 20,000 naira. If the minimum wage is 70,000 naira as proposed by the government, which many said they have not been receiving. So there are many challenges that are befalling the farmers, because as we speak, the farmers are not making anything.
All right, Pastor Godwin.
Investment.
Okay, Pastor Godwin, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back and talk about these numerous challenges affecting the poultry sector, because from what I understand, it goes, far beyond just the feeds, and of course other issues. So in a moment, we'll come and talk about it. It's still Business Insight on Plus TV Africa. I'll be right back with more on this topic. Do join us again. All right, it's still Business Insights on Plus TV Africa, and we are looking at the poultry farming in Nigeria vis-a-vis all of the challenges, and of course how we can begin to mitigate against them, and of course ensure food security for Nigerians. So I still have the National Publicity Secretary of the Poultry Association of Nigeria, Pastor Godwin Igbebe. Many thanks for staying with us. So before we went on that break, you were telling me about some of the challenges that is actually hindering the progress of poultry farming and of course pricing in Nigeria. Can you just run us through these issues?
Yeah, like I said, the cost of raw materials, maize, soya, wheat, all the materials that we use, including the micronutrients that we use, have skyrocketed due to many challenges that is not new to Nigerians. Increase in the pump price of petrol, diesel, gas, even electricity tariff has increased. Then the exchange rate also is a major problem affecting the industry because some of our micronutrients are imported. So those are some of the issues we are facing, and
Okay.
it's highly intensive.
Okay, speaking about some of these imported products, I know even some of these feeds are imported. Like you talk, some of the micronutrients are also imported. But is there a way we can actually mitigate against, importing this stuff? Can't we manufacture or produce some of these micronutrients or even these feeds that are being imported locally? Or what are the challenges in the value chain in feeds production?
Well, for the micronutrients, Nigerian, we don't have all the materials. And no one country has all the materials. So we will need some of the materials from other countries, even if we want to start doing it ourselves. We actually do some of these things ourselves, especially mixing of the micronutrients and the likes. But you still need to import some of those things to use. And the feed, it's not as if we import feed. We don't import feed. But it's the raw materials that we do import. And some of them that we ask the government to give us waiver for, like the maize and the soya, it's not as if we cannot, farm them here or produce them here. But because of these insurgents, most people are no longer going to the farm. Even the ones that goes to the farm and they pay ransom to the kidnappers or the bandits. And they bring back the cost to the farmers. And the farmers will now translate that cost into their production. And the chain continues until the end user or the consumer gets it. So all those are some of the issues that are making all these prices to go up, So it's a major problem. We don't import feed. We have the capacity to produce feed for the nation. And also Western Africa and even in Africa, if we have everything is in place, if we have the enabling environment.
Okay, so walk us through egg production, which is also another value chain in the poultry farming business in Nigeria. Right now, eggs are really very expensive. If you have to really eat eggs, you are a big man in quote because it's seen as a luxurious, staples right now. So, what are the issues in that particular value chain? Let's talk about egg production. What is the trend like as we speak?
One separates egg is still part of the poultry product. And like I said, the major thing, 80% to 90, about 80% of ingredients needed to produce the feed are the grains, the maize and the soya. And they are very expensive. If we can have cheap maize and soya, I can assure you that the price of eggs will come down. Even with the farmers, we are not happy that we are selling eggs for 5,000 naira, 5,100. Then when you go to the market, the market people also increase the price even more than we that are producing it. When you produce a crate of egg, let's say for maybe 4,900, and you are selling for 5,501, you are just making just 200. And in your present, you will see the market people selling it for 6,000. You know, so those are some of the challenges we are also facing. But be that as it may, egg is still the cheapest source of protein that an average Nigerian can get, even at that cost.
Oh, well,
it's the cheapest.
Yes,
and it encompasses everything. It's a whole. It's like a whole meal. If you take an egg or 2 eggs in a day, it can carry you for a while, for a long time.
All right.
You know.
Okay, let's talk about mitigating some of these challenges. I know that you are part of the PAN, the Poultry Association of Nigeria, and not too long ago, some days back, there was a meeting in the Southwest region, specifically, I think, in Ibadan. So what was the outcome of the meeting that you had, and how have your negotiations and talk with the federal government been like in terms of incentives? Because over time, we heard the federal government talk about trying to tackle this issue of food insecurity and releasing grains and all of that. But then we don't seem to be seeing the effect. What are you asking for the federal government as we speak?
Well, like the conference that was held in Ibadan, I think there was a follow-up program to meet with the minister, the new Minister of Livestock, that the federal government magnanimously created, which I believe is going to go a long way to help the poultry farmers and the livestock industry as a whole. But as we speak, I think they've met with the National ESCO has met with the minister so that poultry will have a large chunk of the budget, because poultry is bigger than every other livestock industry as we speak. So we employ the highest number of people in terms of employment. Our GDP very high, turnover very high, and the tax that we pay to government and the things that we do in terms of creating, CSR. If you go to some areas, the farmers are the ones that does the road, bring electricity to the community and things like that. So you cannot overemphasize what the poultry industry is doing in Nigeria. And if the government does not pay more attention to the poultry industry, because a lot of people are, they are falling up because of high cost of production, So the government needs to really intervene. So we have given the Minister of Livestock our proposal to see what they can do in the budget for the poultry industry, because the poultry industry is larger than every other livestock in Nigeria.
All right, let's talk about opportunities. I know we've been speaking about challenges, and just not so long, in passing, you also mentioned the contributions of poultry farmers to socio-economic development, in the country. But then again, some people might be saying they want to have, they want to diversify their income, they want to get into farming, specifically into poultry business. So with all that you said, some people might really be scared to get into that business because this one way feeds soybean and even maize is now expensive. Is it something I really need to go to? So I'm sure there are a bit of a good side to it. If someone were to want to venture into poultry farming, what would you advise them to do? Is it just all about the woes? Are there blessings? Are there opportunities?
Well, anybody that wants to come into the poultry industry is welcome. Who will say, because there are no industry in Nigeria now that is not challenged. Every industry in Nigeria now is challenged, even we as individuals. Before, when I fill my tank, I can use it for a week. And now, if I fill my tank, it barely takes me for 3 days. So you look at the other 4 days out of it. And what is the cost? It's the quality of the petrol we are getting in Nigeria now. I stand to be corrected. And it's not one car that I've compared it with. I've compared it with two other cars that I drive. So I've seen that the quality of petrol that we're having is very poor. It burns very fast, you know. So the cost of petrol is also equally high. So anybody that wants to come into poultry farming now, I will advise the person to start small and learn the lessons.
All right. So lessons learned, start small, and walk through the ropes. But as we begin to wrap up right now, let's talk about the activities of smuggling. In your opinion, how far would you say that's impacted on poultry farming? Because just over the Yuletide season, most people could not really afford getting, live, poultry for the festivity. They had to go to the alternative, which was some of these frozen, and some of them are actually smuggled or imported, from other countries. So how have these products that are smuggled or maybe imported into the country, how have they really affected poultry farming in Nigeria?
Well, smuggled chicken and turkeys into the country, they are not equally cheap. So we have two sides of the coin. One, because of the dollar rate, they are not cheap. And number two, they are very injurious to human in terms of the packaging. What they use in packaging them, they are cancerous. And people need to know. You go to the hospital. The other day I went to General Hospital at Ikeja. I saw a lot of people in droves, different kind of cancer, different kind of liver problem, kidney failure, young people. It's disheartening. And all these are some of the things that are affecting them. And they will not know because it's a gradual killing process. So we are not part of, because the price of the smuggled chicken is almost equal to the live one that we produce. So all we just need is, we just need government support so that our people will hit healthy. They will buy our product at a reasonable price. That's just all we want. Because all these smuggled turkeys and chicken into the country, I'm just using this medium to warn people. They are just killing themselves. But Nigeria, some people that we discussed with the other day at Ijora, they were telling us that it's something that will kill somebody. But if you know that this is a poison and it is going to kill you, must you take it to die? Why not avoid it?
So invariably,
you see the difference between our own products and the smuggled one is different. The margin is so close. And I begin to wonder why people, although there are people that have tested live chicken, they were not eating live chicken before. And they were not surprised. They say, so is this how live chicken tastes? Because the other one does not have any taste. You have to use all those
preservatives,
Maggi or whatever they call them, all those
spices,
seasoning products to make them, to give them taste. Is the seasoning that you are eating, that you are tasting, not the. But what you can even cook our own live chicken without seasoning. You still get the feel. You get the satisfaction.
All right.
You get all the nutrients. But the other one is just like you are eating shaft, or what do they call it?
All right. So invariably,
that's just a lesson to be learned.
Invariably, what you're saying as we round off is that Nigerians should avoid eating most of the smuggled product because they are injurious to their health. You can say that authoritatively.
Very well.
All right. Thank you so much.
I said Nigerians should avoid all these smuggled chicken and turkeys. They are injurious to their health. So anybody that wants to confirm, let them go to all these general hospitals and go and confirm. You see children, even children, they are having
cancers,
liver problem. They are having kidney failure and the likes.
All right.
And all these things are attributed to the things that we eat.
All right. All right, we must say a very big thank you to you. We're completely out of time. Thank you so much for your time. I have been speaking with the National Publicity Secretary of the Poultry Association of Nigeria, Pastor Godwin Igbebi, and we have been talking about food security and how we can normalize the poultry farming business in Nigeria. Once again, many thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, that's the size of the show for today. My name is Justin Akadonia. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.